Well, the governor yesterday outlining a new budget. Basically, it's McAuliffe's budget. Guess what's in the budget? Medicaid expansion. Right now we don't have it. There is no budget in Virginia. No budget in Virginia, but now we have the Northam budget, the special session, April 11th in Richmond. And if you have to take the Kirk Cox Republican House budget or the McAuliffe Northam budget, you're better off with Cox's because he negotiated reforms, conservative waiver reforms into Medicaid expansion. And now that's a jeopardy. And I'm telling you, you're going to end up with Bernie care if they don't get this done. Now, a new ad campaign, the Virginia Interfaith Center for Public Policy, has purchased 5 ads in newspapers in Virginia, 5 papers, to encourage members of the Virginia Senate to support Medicaid expansion. Now, the ads were identical with the exception that each ad mentions their names of local senators who are Republicans not voting for this Medicaid expansion bill that has been endorsed by the House of Delegates and Speaker Kirk Cox. Now, the newspaper ads feature the names of more than 600 clergy members from around Virginia who support drawing down federal funds or basically taking the money to help low-income Virginians get health coverage through Medicaid. Now, the clergy members, these are people of the cloth, people of the church, consider this a moral imperative. In addition to helping people, getting more people covered will also strengthen the economy and support new jobs. This is why I'm in favor of it. As I've told you before, there's about 300 to 350,000 Virginians who would be helped and covered by Medicaid expansion. These are working people. They make too much money to qualify for Medicaid or for Obamacare subsidies, but not enough money to buy it. So they have no coverage. They're working their tail off. It's also going to save Virginia millions in the budget by bringing our tax dollars back here to the people instead of shipping them off to California where they can spend them on sanctuary cities. I'm telling you, this is such a no-brainer to me. Now, the ads also explain that tens of thousands of people in each of the Senate districts would be helped. Like, for instance, just give you a few quick examples here. Let me see what they are. Like Senator Ben Chafin, Southwest Virginia, 10,000 people in his district would be covered. Senator Charles Carrico, Southwest Virginia, 11,000 hardworking people would be covered. Senator Tommy Normant, Peninsula, 4,600. Mark Peake, 9,200. These are ads they all took out. Bill Stanley, the highest, numero uno, 13,000 people covered. Look, here's the thing. I just got to say it again. Rejecting Medicaid expansion right now under the plan that Speaker of the House, Kirk Cox, has negotiated with the governor and with the Democrats who are supporting the governor and supporting Cox's reforms. This is a one-shot deal. You either pass this now or the reforms are going to go away. So if your concern is about reforming Medicaid and reforming the process, which is eating up too big of a chunk of the Virginia budget, here's the reforms. They got them in. But to get them, you need to take the money from the federal government. And this argument that, the 90% is going to go away and then the Virginia's going to get stuck with the bill, it's the law. They would have to change the law. Do you get this? The 90% funding of Medicaid expansion is U.S. law. In order to not get the money, you would have to pass a new law. Well, now we tried that, and that went down the tubes, right? The Republicans could not pass Obamacare repeal and replace. They couldn't pass it. And they're likely to either lose the House in the midterms or hang on by like one. So you're not going to repeal this. It's the law. That's like saying, well, the government might go out of business and we're all going to be rummaging for food in our bunkers or something. Yeah, I guess that could happen. But this is U.S. law. The money is not going away because you would have to pass a law to make it go away. So that is such a stupid argument. It drives me nuts. I mean, these 300,000 people that Medicaid expansion is going to help, I bet 85% of these people voted for Trump in Virginia, maybe 90. I mean, this is the Trump voter. Let's kick him to the curb because the Senate doesn't like it. Look, the Republican Senate in opposing Medicaid expansion at this stage is on a death march. It is on a kamikaze suicide mission to install Dick Saslaw as majority leader because they are going to lose in 2019. So this is a death march off a plank for what? For ideological dogma. That's all it is. And the reason they're doing this is so, oh my God, we might get a Tea Party challenge in a primary, and now because there's no Incumbent Protection Act and we have to choose it, it might be a convention, and I might lose a convention. If you lose the majority, what does it matter? You'll be a backbencher. Saslaw will be telling you what to do. Is that what you want? Because that's coming. You don't pass this, they're going to lose seats. And by the way, I just got a text from Morgan Griffith, and he's right. The House Republicans passed repeal and replace Obamacare. The Senate didn't. McCain screwed the deal. But it's the law. So this argument that this money is just going to evaporate is just a lie. That, you talk about fake news, that's like Republican fake news. The money's going to go away. No, it's not going to go away. It's the law. Republicans in the Senate in opposing this bill are on a kamikaze mission. It makes no sense for them to do this. And here's what they're going to end up with. They're going to end up losing their majority over it, and then you're going to get Dick Saslaw and David Toscano putting in Bernie Care. That's what you're going to get. There'll be no reforms. There'll be nothing. Cox nailed this. Cox said, look, I am not a dummy. I see the trend. I know where we're going. And where we're going is you're going to get Medicaid expansion. So I've got one shot right now with the Trump administration to negotiate real, solid, conservative reforms in expanding Medicaid and modeling it after Indiana and Kentucky. If it's good enough for Matt Blevins and it's good enough for Vice President Pence in Indiana, I can tell you damn well it's good enough for me. These are conservative icons. And all the never-Trumpers, they love Mike Pence. They love Mike Pence. All the Cruz bots, you all love Matt Blevins in Kentucky. You all love him, right? Cruz, Blevins, Pence, right? You all love Pence and Blevins. Good for you. They're the ones that engineered this. So now you're going against it. Why? Because somebody might challenge you in a convention. Go into the convention and crush your challenger that will be underfunded. Who cares? You'll have a challenge in a convention. Grow a pair. The alternative is you're out. Republicans in the Senate need to vote for Medicaid expansion because it's now or never. They're walking a plank of suicide to give the Democrats a permanent majority. John Fredericks Radio Network, Trucking the Truth. Stay with us.